know, it's hard to rotate mid and put a lot of pressure.
I think for Vici to win, they need to snowball. The sniper needs to be far behind. He needs to be like an item or two.
They need to get Chronosphere.
Prepare for
All right, well, this is it. Secret versus Vici, the final game of the Captain's Draft 4 by Events DC group stage. Let's jump in and check it out.
Thanks, Ziori. Secret versus Vici Gaming. Sunsfan here with the Cinder win. Whose lineup do you like, buddy?
I think Secret's going to win this game pretty fast. I think it's the biggest outdraft today. I look at this Vici draft and I just see it being super greedy. The playmaking potential is very limited. They're almost depend on the enemy team to be out of position to be able to combine their abilities the way I see it, but I'm ready to be surprised. I just think the laning stage for them has to go very well so that they can allow their greed to even come into play. The Secret lineup has the potential of taking towers and pushing this game pretty early. They could take all the towers and get a like sub 20 Roche on their Shadow Fiend, maybe just look to high ground, but we'll see. Let's see what Vici Gaming can get out of their lanes first. If they have a good start, could work. But I'm a big believer in Secret's lineup.
Look at this.
No, what's he doing?
It's like shivering.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
DC.
oh. This is a great set, by the way.
Yeah.
Notice. You're paid to say that it's good. Anywho, this is, as everybody has said, the last game of the day for group stage to figure out who's playing who in the actual playoffs. DC Armory tomorrow. Tickets still on sale, Cinder, believe it or not.
Yep.
You can buy them in person, actually. I didn't know that. It's pretty cool. You can do things in person and not online.
You didn't know that?
No, I order all my food online. People bring me food. I don't leave the house.
Yeah.
Getting on a plane is terrifying.
I find that very easy to believe.
I know you do. You've seen my belly. I'm not in great shape. I go up one flight of stairs, and it's a rough life I live. But anywho,
That's how you keep your weight in check, because you pass out from going up the stairs, and then you're not.
okay, sure. Also,
Okay.
it's also a sign of diabetes, but you know,
Not bad.
not bad, bro.
My
Cinder,
bad.
I have diabetes. Not
But
bad.
also not bad.
All right, anyway. But Secret versus Vici, these laning stages, I know you like Secret overall in this game based on draft, and I'm assuming that means the laning stage as well, for sure.
Yes. I think this this early laning stage from Vici, they have to play Naga and AA together and get something serious done here. They're actually going to open up on A spot. I don't think this is a kill. Go harass
It's a lot of damage to the Chilling Touch. Here's the intel from Yapsor. And Lan M on his toes.
Nobody has a salve in the secret lane, so Ace is going to be floating.
All right,
on
Vici
low
gave him
health
one
for
lane.
them.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Nah, not really.
Nah.
He's going to be floating low health on the Shadow Fiend for a while, so he has to play a little bit cautious, but if he gets a couple of CS, he'll be good. Meanwhile, of course, this rotation, or rather this aggro tri-lane for Vici Gaming. First of all, I feel like aggro tri-lanes have not been that successful as of late. They just don't feel as good when you run them. Like, often tend to get a bit under-leveled. The enemy safe lane team can just not play 3 heroes there. You get Ace a bit of a head start, get him off to get some souls, and then you leave. And then you play 2 on 3. If you don't die, you out-level your opponent. You just pull, get that advantage, and go pressure elsewhere. So I don't think Vici can stay 3 here. And the other downside for that is obviously Fatsa will have a great offlane this game on his LC.
Yeah, what I was looking at LC, I'm like, this hero just seems amazing. Even though it's a support Naga, it seems an amazing hero against Naga. You press the attack off any ensnares, you overwhelming odds illusions if that was carry, but if not.
Yeah.
Pretty cool pick that I don't know if they saw that coming, Vici Gaming, since it is Captain's Draft, but looking forward to seeing if Fata can snowball on this hero this game. It kind of feels like one of those heroes that either you don't get any dual damage the first 30 minutes or you just completely stomp.
This is not the best duel game, but the other spells are good.
Yeah, the Astral Imprisonment is going to be
Astral
basically
and
the biggest.
Song are good counters. And even Chronosphere can be used pretty well because you obviously keep yourself in place. So you set up to get chronoed.
But that brings up a point. Like, how important are duels this game?
Not really important. I don't even think Secret are thinking of Legion Commander as an initiator anyway. They want to start the fights with Swap or with Alliance Stun if possible with a Blink, and then obviously it's an option for them to have with Legion, but I don't think they primarily picked it to fill that role.
Oh, Vici, they get the cold feet off. Looks like Shadow Fiend's going to get rooted perhaps here, but a lot of damage being applied to Young 11 as well. Who will die first is the question. Puppy draws first blood on Young 11, so both carries dead. But Secret get the better of that engagement. Fenrir now on the run. Another cold feet coming out, but Puppey gets the magic missile and one more impale. Spell the doom of that ancient apparition. Void has come back. I mean, Void is just... I mean, we've seen this hero in Tri-Lanes before as well. Not super strong.
No. And this lane is only going to get harder. Like, Shadow Fiend in the early laning stage is super weak in lanes like this. The moment Ace gets level 3, I think Vici can't stay in this lane realistically. Like, the Shadow Razors are going to hurt way too hard. When they try to go on him, if they don't blow him up, he'll get 2 kills on the supports. His level 3 is just about in. 1 more CS should do it, or 2.
Yeah, that's 2-fer.
And the other thing to keep in mind is that we have a really good matchup for Sniper. Like, there's actually no hero Vici can put mid that Sniper doesn't beat. He beats OD, he does very well against Medusa. I feel like that's also Sniper's favorite matchup by a little bit, and he definitely beats the Void. So it's like, they will have a great time on the Sniper, who has only good core matchups this game, in my opinion. And
yeah,
obviously the Legion is doing well. So I think Vici Gaming, from their perspective, this might be the best laning they could do, but they're still losing the lane. Not by a lot, but from my perspective, their lineup has to somehow find a way to win the lanes. It's just hard to see it.
Puppey level 2. Come back to that bottom lane. I believe Shadow Fiend, yeah. Ace is now 3. We'll see if...
Line is 3 as well. They have so much damage.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even realize that. Yapsor are very high level for self here. There's the Impale Magic Missile. Not the greatest of layering, but it still might be enough to actually get the kill. Double Raise does it. Young 11 turning on Yapsor now. No Impale for another 4 seconds. I don't think he's going to do enough damage here. Has to time walk out back towards his tier 1. Another Magic Missile. Puppey just making sure he knows that he still has that skill available to use. I'm a Magic Missiler. So what is Vici? Do they just need to abandon this lane? Or
I don't think they can play the lane anymore. I think they did what they can. And now the goal for them should be to rotate their Naga and AA together with a smoke and see if they can get a pick on the Sniper or if they can get a kill on the Legion. The Legion is really hard for them to kill, by the way. Their lane is really bad at killing Legion. Purge off the net, you purge of Cold Feet, and you just run. AA, or the OD rather, has level 1 Astral. It's difficult to play, but we'll see. Now, Vici Gaming are still choosing to stay as 3 down here. I think if they get caught by a stun, they just die. Any hero, even the Void, will just die in a stun.
Oh, they start off with a net, but there's the Magic Missile to follow. Tail as well.
Oh, nice sticks.
Actually, Cold Feet's going to be there, and Shadow Fiend will drop here. So Lan M. Turn this around as well now to Yapsor. He's trying to create enough space, but here comes the Shrapnel mid 1. Able to get 1 kill. Could be another on Faceless Void. Nicely done. Another Shrapnel into an Assassinate. It's going to be close. Fenrir getting quite low. Puppey as Howl. Is that enough damage? Yes, it is.
Well, they forced a rotation. That went better for Vici than I thought it would.
Shadow Fiend back where he belonged. Into the mid lane.
Yeah, so now this is unfavorable for him, obviously. He's playing a level 3 against level 5, but somebody has to take the empty lane, and this is the best thing overall for the team until a Sniper readjusts his laning. Now that he TP'd down here, kind of has to stay. Great play from Lanham there. He soaked all the damage, had a lot of charges on his wand, and kind of baited Secret to take that fight. Also made sure he couldn't get double raised by Ace. He just ran straight in for him, so he could only hit the short raise. And all of that, I think Vici more or less played that situation perfectly. The rotation from Sniper just put a stop to their efforts.
Well, Medusa in the mid lane, 28-7 versus the Sniper, who's originally there, 38-12. So Sniper definitely getting the better of that engagement. But considering how things are going in the laning stage, that's okay for Vici, I would assume.
I don't think you can really expect it to go better than this.
Yeah.
The question once again is if it had to.
The good news is Paparazzi is getting complete free farm.
Yeah.
Top lane. Magic Missile, Assassinate's coming. Can they layer it? Indeed they can. No time walk for you.
They didn't even need the Hex there. He used it in the end, but I think Void was dead anyway.
I think part of it, we've been over the mental game here. It's the mental thing.
Feels better to kill a fish.
Doesn't feel human. You're not ruining anyone. Well, Ori level 6 will be going for the phase boots. I mean, are you expecting any different builds than we're used to seeing on any of these core heroes for each respective team? Because we've seen kind of a variation of sorts for Medusa in the past, I want to say 6 months, where you don't always go for the stat build based on who you're playing against. But I would assume it's fine this game.
No, I think it's pretty straightforward. I think the Shadow Fiend will also go for the Yule's build this game. They have the Sniper and Legion Commander to do some physical damage too, so they can get a nice mixture of damage types. On the Dire side, if anything, I think the Void goes full utility, which I don't know how common is anymore. But I would like to see Young 11 get a Blink Dagger in this game. They need someone to find those perfect engagements, always be in the position that they need. They have two heroes that deal a lot of damage in Chrono, but have very limited mobility and very limited defensive capability. I mean, I'm saying that it's a Medusa and an OD, right? There's Astral and the Medusa has Mana Shield, but they're just immobile and they can't really respond to getting aggressed on in the same way as you would like. For example, if you had like a Queen of Pain, was way more mobile and faster bursts in the Chrono. They need extraordinary Chronos, is what I'm getting at, in order for these slower heroes to be able to deal the damage.
A lot of pressure on that faceless.
Treads into Blink, I would like. Get an optional Vlad's. I think if he goes the Mask of Madness build with Maelstrom, their line is too greedy. Then they're not going to find any fight.
I feel like Vici Gaming knows that this is happening, right? Fenrir, he might end up being the sacrifice, but we'll have to wait and see. Here comes Young 11 in the bot lane. Chronosphere is going to be on one. Looks like a TP's coming in to that very same Chronosphere. Bata looks to be dead. Paparazzi takes it for himself. The Earth Spike, Faceless Void, gets Magic Missile now. I think it might have kind of overextended here, potentially. Young 11, they feel very confident diving this tower. Another TP coming into play. Looks like Yapso will fall to Paparazzi's right click. Those Arcane Orbs, they a lot of damage for this.
This is a bit disconnected from Secret here.
And now they have to back knowing that mid one is here.
Very glad to see the skill build from Young 11, by the way. I think it's almost always the best to build Void with max time. I've seen a lot of players be greedy and go for the stun. It's just, this spell is, for me, is the bread and butter of the hero in the early game. Having Time Walk on low cooldowns, huge difference maker. It allows you to play aggressively and then knowing that 5 seconds later you can actually disengage again. If you're playing, let's say he was 204 build and he leaps in, he's committed. He's gonna die if anyone counterplays him. Like this, he has option. Would like to see a value point in Dilation sometime soon. I don't think he should 404. 412 would be fine, and then max bash out. Dilation is a really good value point in general.
Yeah, for sure. How is it this game specifically, though? What do we have?
It's pretty good against a hero like Venge. She has fairly low cooldown spells, so first two are like 10 seconds each. Lion's stun is 12.
Raises, I guess.
Raises, great against Shadow Fiend. It messes with him a lot. Just getting slowed on Shadow Fiend sucks in general. We'll be seeing a drum build-up, actually.
Wait, how does that work with the 3 raises count as
individual spells?
Oh, that's really good. Puppy level 5 in this bot lane. At what point do we see Secret start to aggress a little bit? We're going to see Sanity's Eclipse at the top lane. Fata, he gets quite low. He's going to be burnt to a crisp if he's not careful. Yaps are here for support and will be enough to save his life at the very least. Still this ward here showing every rotation coming.
Legion has pretty good base and just good stat gains in general and good base stats. So with the raindrop, not get killed off by OD. Even with 18 install and he did not die to that sanity. Most regular offlane heroes call it that would die, and that's has that bit of extra tankability, and it's understandable that Paparazzi isn't taking that. It's not the most common matchup to play OD into Legion. Rare.
And we yet to see a duel either. But like you said, not really the name of the game this time around because of the counter.
This is it's looking pretty good for Vici. They got through the first 11 minutes without losing a tower, while doing fine in their lanes. All 3 of their cores have farm. They're even going to go Midas, it looks like, on Void, so feeling very comfortable with their position, being able to scale. And if this goes late, I have pretty high hopes for Vici Gaming. Their late game potential was extremely strong. And Sniper's under control for them. Then the Medusa and the OD both should be able to shine. Good enough. Maybe better. Yeah, once again, better than expected, actually. They're breaking even.
Seem surprised that they're afloat at them.
Not that they're afloat. I thought they would be losing.
The first thing you said was, I think Secret's going to win.
Yeah, I think they're good. I thought they were going to win it pretty fast. But right now, Vici Gamer I
think the panel agreed with you for sure. Young 11 takes the rune and gets out of dodge. Very cheeky move from him, as like you said, the Midas. I mean, he can just buy it right now. Saving for something else now.
Considering his options, he's had the gold for the Midas for a while. So considering he hasn't bought it, I don't know if he's thinking Maelstrom or if he's thinking Blink. His option, maybe he forgot his gold.
Well, Ori with the Master
Madness.
Madness
He forgot
now.
his gold. All right. Cool.
Maybe he was asking permission from the team.
I don't think Young 11 asked permission from anyone.
Yeah, maybe. Yep, sort. Still a path here from earlier where Legion Commander was eating some trees. See them growing back now. Sniper, mid 1. Has the Mask of Madness. I assume is going to get a Hurricane Pike. I mean, has the Wraith Band. So is this typically the time that you would see the Hurricane Pike, or are we going to see something slightly different this time around, considering it's maybe not the most usual draft?
If Sniper feels comfortable in the game, I like not going that even the... Oh, hang on. I like it when Sniper can go Mask of Madness into a damage item. So straight Maelstrom, for example. It ramps up his farm a lot faster than having to stop in between for that Force Staff or the Pike. But in this game, I don't know if he feels like he needs the Pike. It's very nice against Naga, obviously, to push away from the snare. He can maybe counterplay Voids. Void super dead. Oh, actually banished.
It's going to be enough. The Astral just in time. No dual damage for Fata. Looks like they probably would get the kill with the overwhelming odds at the very least. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Boom.
Fata. And dodged that Ice Blast, but here comes the Naga Siren. Ultimate coming into play. Paparazzi very low on mana though. Danny's Eclipse is there, technically speaking. He gets ensnared, does Yapsor. Puppy has Magic Missile, keeping OD in from a distance at least. And Yapsor plus Fata will be able to get away safely. Look. And Yapsor going straight for Blink, as we would expect any Yapsor here.
So that was a Song and Duel expended, and Secret got a kill, but not the... But still, they got a kill on a core, didn't lose anyone. Song is a very long cooldown, so the more play potential now in the coming 2 minutes.
Mystic Snake is one of the more infuriating spells in the game. If I might make a list of most infuriating spells in the game. I think that would make top 10.
It's pretty.
Right.
It's very satisfying to use.
Too. Yeah.
It's so satisfying to cast a spell and gain something from it.
Well, it's not only that, but you know your opponent really hates
mental damage.
Exactly. There we go.
Exactly.
Maybe we can...
lots of mental damage.
Maybe we can patent that, coin that phrase.
Mental damage?
Yeah.
I can't take credit for that, but I can't remember where I heard it.
Mental. Mid 1. Went straight for the Daedalus, it seems. I was not expecting straight Daedalus.
I thought he was going to go Maelstrom.
Yeah, Maelstrom would be the more typical ramp-up kind of deal. He does have that level 10 talent though, right? Or it's level 15 now. Quite nice.
Most snipers go the damage attack. But Shrapnel is a great spell, obviously, so CDR is also good. It reduces the cooldown on Mask of Madness. Also very nice. I think mid 1 has the right idea here, but not go Force Staff. I like this. I just don't know if mathematically if Daedalus is the better choice. Anything else?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Only time will tell.
He's expecting to be able to stand behind and just dish out the damage, so he's just looking for the best bang for his buck, right?
Yep, for sure. And basically the only catch is Song and Void in general. Odie takes an Assassinate to the back of the head as Secret amalgamates in this Tier 1 tower top.
They haven't taken a tower yet. Minutes with SF. Well, now mid tower got denied, so now they got the first one, and the top tower is soon to fall. So they're going to get 2 in a row here. Shadow Fiend is not joining the play, apparently. He's farming Shadow Blade. I don't see that often now. Obviously a good item as part of the right-click build, so he will not be going the caster SF that I thought he would.
This is the pub build, man.
I think Yules is the pub build.
This goes back to Dota 1. I don't know if you know what Dota 1 was.
I've never heard.
It was a good game, a very limited engine. But Shadowblade, otherwise known as Lothar's, was a great item.
Lothar's Edge back in the day.
Nobody knew how to counter it. There was no Dust of Appearance back then.
I don't remember when Dust was introduced.
It was after I started.
Gem is an old item.
Gem, I believe. I mean, Smoke is relative. I mean, pretty new.
6
overall.
point something. Well, might have even been 6.0.
A lot of things were 6 points. That's like 80% of Dota. We're gonna see a duel here on the Faceless Void. They do. Oh, he's barely gonna get the damage. 10 damage goes the way of Fata. That was a weird overwhelming odds. Magic Missile now applied to Naga Siren. Puppy. Super aggressive again. Still has swap available. He's gonna use it onto Ori. Yapsor trying to drain some mana. Fata doesn't have the duel to work with. Puppy's gonna get destroyed on the backside. Lan in. Not gonna die, but they're not gonna die to the assassin, but the overwhelming odds is there.
The Puppy's aggression does give them a trade, but it's a support for a support. They get the Naga, but no key cooldowns expended from either except the swap. Still going to be ready again when he respawns. Right home about. Vici Gaming are still going to take this opportunity to just look to siege bottom. They get to work on this tower.
Is under attack.
Sniper should have actually done this game.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's obviously hard to use the active on Sniper.
Yeah, what's the range on 50?
It's pretty short.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Or, well, pretty short. It's
Relative to
Sniper's range is pretty... It's just, I think, just for the purpose of killing Medusa, it's the best item he can buy for gold, but that is only against Medusa. I think the item is nice against Void too, just because his mana pool is very low and he's a very mana dependent. I think Diffusal could have been a nice choice.
He wants to initiate. There is a sentry close by.
Oh, that is not a good
jumps
link.
right into a smoke, I believe.
Worked out.
Now he's on
Shadowblade. Didn't Requiem.
Yeah, he had Shadowblade. It was about to run out, so I didn't want to risk it. There's a sentry here, though, showing this Observer Ward secret, and now they know. Now Vici knows that there's a sentry. We have yet to see the Requiem come into play, but Ace, he's going to be super happy with how things are going. I mean, Medusa right now, top of the net worth as far as Vici's concerned. Got Sniper and Shadow Fiend, second and third, followed closely by. Sniper, Chrysalis is now in his inventory. We're on Daedalus watch officially. Faceless Void with the Blink Dagger, of course. The Ultra Initiation possibility. If you go Blink Dagger, do you still go Time Walk cast range at 20? Probably still, right?
I think he does in this game because he doesn't need to.
Because he has to be the...
I think Blink Ags is pretty.
Yeah, Ags is always
optional
good.
Vlad's along the way. Vlad's is actually really nice because there's minus armor on the Radiant. I think getting that extra armor for his Medusa and his OD is very valuable.
True.
Could get a Solar Crest on Naga after this Spirit Vessel as well. We didn't talk about OD's item build, by the way. A couple of peculiar things. First of all, we went Ring of Aquila, which is not that common on OD. It in the past was very common. Lately, I
thought
think
he
it's
was going to
fallen out
turn
of
that
favor.
into a Hurricane Pike. That's probably why he just changed his mind.
I don't think so. I think he built it early.
Okay.
And then he just went BKB, straight up, which is more unusual. You usually see Force Staff into Pike and Blink, then BKB. But a very defensive approach here. He's scared of just all this magic burst from Secret in the fights. And obviously you always need to remember when it comes to this BKB choice, this is a lesson I feel like every core learns at some point. It's like, BKB feels so nice to have. It's like, oh, I can just fight. But if nothing happens, you're effectively hemorrhaging gold every minute. It's super inefficient for what you pay.
And finger? No need.
No need.
Save that cooldown, yeah.
So,
11 now.
Paparazzi with this item build actually can't even sustain his aura. He ran out of mana. This feels even worse. He's actually losing so much farm on buying this BKB right now. Considering he was in the safe lane and had a free start in the game, his farm should have been higher than this.
It's fine. He's got a mana pop, bro.
Yeah. We'll see if he gets a proc.
Got a proc.
He didn't get a proc.
It's all good. Oh, looks like we had a duel, but the Song there to counter. As long as one of these two heroes are there, it's gonna be hard to get any of these off for Fada.
Close call on the swap there. Puppy was almost finding him with Wave of Terror. 11. Vici are just kind of playing keep away.
Yes, they are.
Farming,
Just delaying.
buying time.
Smoke here. Mighty Sing another creep. The Daedalus is now online.
Okay, Snipers
For Ace.
This
They have
is
to find a way to find up
nothing
the
to stop
Chronosphere
that.
onto Shadow Fiend. Ace is just dead. 100%. Paparazzi. He gets a couple Essence Shift, or Essence Aura procs, my
Yeah.
friend. He got it.
And he stole some int, so now he might be able to sustain his mana. Still 8 in. Oh, some procs in a row.
Just cross the river, hit the enemy 3 times, and you have
Correct me
enough
if I'm
mana.
wrong, this is one of the few spells in Dota that's still true random. You know this stuff.
That one I don't know.
I think Essence Aura is true random, but I could be wrong. I'm almost positive that it was at least toward, even if it's pseudo-random now, it was true random for a long time compared to like crits and bash.
I'll tell you something even more interesting. Not actually that interesting.
As
This build from OD, you know what? You're susceptible. Very unique.
physical damage.
No.
You can't banish yourself and
Alright, you're not going to guess. It's Shadow Fiend getting a Silver Edge if he ever does that. He'll disable Essence Aura and can't regain mana. You see? Easy peasy. Countered.
Yeah.
Or you can just buy an int item, then you're fine. Then you counter the counter. See
It's
what
kind
I'm
of
doing?
worrying that you even get that idea. It shows you have a really, really bad mindset about the game. to even think about that.
Well, it's more, you were talking about him getting Shadow Blades
know,
kind of
it's
on
a
him.
creative
like,
solution. It's good to think creatively.
Is there a silver edge
It's good to be creative.
play here? And
It's
like,
good to
not
be
really,
creative
but
and
I'll
get
mention
ideas
this
like
really
that.
bad one so he gets mad at me.
This is just creativity did not bring much with it.
I'll try better next time for you. Oh my god, Fenrir. I don't think that's going to be enough. He's going to live through the day, and mid one might be in trouble here. Nice swap. He's going to dodge the Sandy's Eclipse as a result. Vanishes there as well. OD getting dueled. It's going to be very close, and Fada finally gets the damage for himself. Mid one just feels like he's always getting targeted. Will finally get dropped. So 2 for 1. Now Yapster with the sheep. Doesn't have Blink Dagger or anything like that, so he's resigned to his death. Only loses about 100 gold. So 2 for 2. Great swap from Puppy. Although Sniper ends up dying.
SF didn't manage to join the fight in time. He was in the back, shadow bladed, wanted to wreck him, and he was like, he was not in the right position to even make a play. So Ace just went and cleared up a wave, did a bit of damage to the tier 2 top, and then left. This should be a top tier 1 for Vici. What was expended? They used Eclipse. They still have Chrono. They used Stone Gaze. So really fun. Ori is going to keep racking up the gold. They're thinking about duel.
They're going to go on duel with the Blade Mail, but of course, NM Song is there to counter. Will they be able to turn this around? They're just going to hightail out.
For Chrono.
Hightail out of there. Spirit Vessel online.
He does have it now. Tread swapped.
What are we talking about?
Void having Chrono mount.
Oh. He just needs to stand next to OD and it's going to be fine.
Yeah, actually, he just cast a couple of time walks.
Really doesn't OD have a... He has a talent to increase the percentage. What level is that?
Yeah,
level 15.
You always take 14.
Not this game.
I guess.
Not this game, buddy.
You buy a Windlace and take the other one.
Yeah, you can always buy those items.
It's a pretty good drum hero, to be honest. I like the build up on that hero quite a bit. No, I don't play it myself.
I mean, it's too late to go that now, though,
right?
right?
Yeah, for sure. But it makes a lot of sense as the first item on OD. Drum or Force Staff.
Oh, Fada, they actually are going to get a duel here. Much needed damage for him. 38 online. That's what happens when there's no Naga or OD. Pesky counters to that Legion. Going to pound upon that tier 1 bottom as OD gets shrizzled by mid 1. He does so. It's insane. I mean, he doesn't really have attack speed without the Mask of Madness activated, but still does a ton of damage. There's a swap.
Sorry, I'm out of position, Yapsar. I'm just going to swap you into the bad position. I didn't even have a blink on Yap.
They have a great relationship. I'm sure they can.
I mean, that was 100% a kill for Vici if they wanted to use Chrono. They don't want to Chronos.
I think until you get Ags or something like that, you can't. You have to think really.
He's going.
Every Chrono is very
Did you say
important.
he's going Link?
OD?
No, the Void. It's going Lincoln. So it's more of a defensive approach. I think it's good if he puts it on one of his other cores. Ideally, he shouldn't need to use it on himself. He just needs to be in the back line, get a Blink Chrono in the right time, or just engage the fight like that, and then put the Lincoln on someone else. Honestly, apart from a Chrono, this hero is pretty worthless. He's Chrono and Dilation. You know? He doesn't have any damage.
Well, who do you link? Like, who are you afraid of being swapped? OD can technically banish himself. Medusa can just Stone Gaze if he doesn't get...
Best thing to link in this game is the duel.
Well, I mean, I'm saying what hero specific. So it would be Medusa in that case, right? Or OD.
That he would link in.
Yeah, just to stop the duel.
It really depends on the situation. I just think one of the cores.
Very unselfish play.
We'll see if that's what he does. Obviously, this gives him more confidence to split push because now he knows he can't get dueled while he's linked in. But there's quite a few breaks on Secret, right? Mana Drain, Hex, Pale, Bench Stun, Swap. More than enough, and they just got themselves a free Roche.
They have an idea. The song is up, but the Aegis is gone. They're actually going to use it anyway.
Oh, they're stacked up with 2.
We'll
that's a free
see.
Chrono. That's 2 kills.
Chrono on 2, and that's the 2 most important heroes to take down. The BKB is popped. We'll see if it actually matters. Nice swap from Puppy, keeping Ace alive. But Sniper, or Legion Commander, I should say, and Vengeful Spirit drop to the deck. Nice Requiem of Souls on the sidelines, though. Stone Gaze is popped by Ori. Pressuring mid one with that Scotty, keeping him at bay, kiting him. Doesn't really have anything to work with as far as mobility is concerned. That's going to be the Aegis, just like that. And they're going to completely surround him. Yapsor and Ace really trying to do stuff here. Mid one pops the BKB. Astral Prism keeping his teammate alive. Fenrir just gets destroyed. Mid one, though, will finally find his way to the grave. As Sanity's Eclipse, plus a couple right clicks, will take down the Shadow Fiend finally. So that's the Aegis. That's literally right after a Roche fight, and they lose it.
Pretty good for Vici. That was a good song from Lanham. Considering that they just lost the... Oh, yep. Not being cute there with a blink. Considering that they just lost the Roche when ideally they wanted to fight for that Roche.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good outcome. But they get rid of the Aegis and get kills. And Secret kind of just pulled one on them. They got that Roche for free by... I think they identified that Vici Gaming were a bit too bottom with the ward that they have on the shrine. Saw Vici there and went in for it. Plan him. Those two heroes weren't stacked next to each other. Like, imagine he only gets one in the song. Or even if he gets two in the song and they're not close together so they can't chrono like that.
Yeah.
That could have been pretty good for Secret. Like, he chronos one guy and the guy gets swapped. Who knows what happened. But
Yeah, they have that one save. They just don't have another. I mean, they have the press the attack for other means.
yeah, but he was also...
Yeah, it's not going to be enough to actually save anybody, in theory. Situations like
Shadow Blade for fun. Well, this game.
ability. Will he turn into a Silver Edge to disable Essence, or is the question?
Highly doubt.
Don't stop believing.
Silver Edge, the split shot of Medusa.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good sometimes.
That's pretty good, especially once you hit 25 and have the split shot using modifiers.
Yeah.
Scotty going but he's working on pure damage himself with that Daedalus. See where he goes from there. How important is evasion this game for each?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking
Butterfly would be great. Or even if you can somehow, at some point in the game, get a halberd on Young 11. You can get in range of Sniper.
Yeah, that would be good. I like the axe though. I think he should have bought it before Lincoln. See how useful this.
Ace, 9-second BKB. He's going towards. He's actually going Ags himself. A little strange. Build.
They go to spot it in there.
So they just dust. Dust. Thinking somebody was invisible.
So this is a tricky situation for Seek, right? Like they... Wait.
Bot is going to start this fight onto Lan An. Assassination is going to be there, but nope. Astral Imprisonment keeping him alive. He's going to get swapped at the last moment, so no dual damage will be awarded to anybody this time. Paparazzi, very easy kill on Puppy, who essentially sacrificed himself along with Yapsor. So 2 supports dead. Fada is going to be living through this engagement. Oh boy, Ace.
He catches Sniper. This is Rax, I think. He just
They're going to focus onto Shadow. Okay, onto the Sniper. Oh, Odie's actually inside of the Chronosphere. That's not exactly what was planned, but they're going to get the kill nonetheless. BKB popped by Ace. He gets ensnared, though. Do they have the vision?
They do from ensnare.
Afterwards, a Sandy's Eclipse. They don't need vision. He's in the area. Let's get that big AoE spell. And this is a tier 2 tower, if not more. 60 seconds with no Shadow Friend. Landing with the Spirit Vessel, so he's going to get... Who's cutting the wave here? Is this, yeah,
the guy who is dying.
Oh! Oh, that Shadow Blade. Oh, that Shadow Blade. He'll be fine, Fata. You're good.
He still doesn't have any mana. He's actually stuck.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's stuck.
1 wand charge. Pop it.
So wait a bit. He's gonna get some impact or wait for the mana.
Oh, he dropped the Blade Mail and wanded. Yeah,
actually, them going for that LC kill, I think was cost them a bit of time. I don't know if the creep wave could have been here any faster than this. Maybe not. Generally, you want to start hitting these objectives as soon as possible instead of kill, even if it's a core like that. But I think they didn't have a wave.
Ori is very low on mana.
So,
I mean, we talked about how it wasn't too important for LC to get dual damage necessarily, but we've seen a lot of fights start with LC duels that just get completely countered.
Yeah, I don't think they can start a fight like that Secret. They have to... It's tricky, right? Because there's these 2 counters to duel. There's Astral and there's Song. And if he duels one of them, that's great. But then the other one needs to be kept in check. He dueled the Naga there, which I think would be a really good fight opener for them. But they just need anyone to stop the OD Blink. And that fight is probably Secret. I like the idea of open. Yapsar has to Blink Hex the OD. And then I see that fight going very well for... round. Didn't manage to find... And you need to remember that Secret chose that fight as well. They want to go in because if they just sit around and wait, even though they have Sniper, this Medusa will be taking...
Oh, he's gonna go... Oh, the force... My god, that reaction time. Are you serious? Jeez.
He wouldn't have died anyway, I think.
Oh, either way, that's impressive. I'm impressed. Yeah. As a 32-year-old male, I am really impressed by that
Very
play.
important that you're male.
Oh, either way, the 32-year-old is probably more important. Once you hit like 20,
quick force.
Or once I hit 20, I felt like an old man. You know, imagine how I feel now. I feel like I should be put in retirement.
Yeah.
Does that feel accurate to you? Ace, what do you think about this Ags? I feel like that's
I don't know if that's the right approach. And I think the real problem right now is that he's just struggling to get in. But I don't think he can buy like a blink deck. Maybe I think he needs to choose between two routes. One is this like more spell based now, where he already has Drum Shadow Blade, or he commits to physical damage, gets a damage item, and he runs in the backline and tries to like two-shot the AA with a Daedalus or something. I think in this game, it might actually be better to go the damage route, because you see how the fights are going. Vici Gaming are like controlling 1 or 2 cores, so the last core kind of needs to be able to kill stuff, so that they can respond at least. I just think criticize almost any line. I feel like there's something else that's better.
No, it's a tough spot for sure. I mean, I feel like
he's changing it. It's butter.
Yeah, I was gonna say butterfly, like evasion of any kind, because if you're stuck in Chronosphere, it's not like you can get, if somebody else has a halberd maybe on the outside, maybe that's something, but more defensive perhaps. But then, like you said, they're not really, I mean, your damage is sniped. He is going Hurricane Pike, so we'll be shortly. Need to have quick fingers to get out of that Chronosphere. Gonna be a tough one. All right, this is an interesting question. Level 25 for Void. Most people, I think, take 25% backtrack, but this game, I think he might go AoE.
I think backtrack
Still better.
The tricky thing about the Chronosphere AoE is that
it could hurt you as well.
It's not only that, it's just like generally, it may sound weird because it's like if you think of how a fight is structured and how heroes are placed relative to each other, it's generally cores that will maybe go in together, and then if they're too close to each other, and the supports are in the back, or there's 1 or 2 cores going in, and then you hit them with a regular chrono. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that common that this extra chrono AoE will actually net you another target. What it might do sometimes is, if you're playing against multiple ranged cores that can like spread out in a shape, it's kind of getting a bit like Snaggle now almost. And maybe it can be good.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
He killed 2 heroes by hitting creeps. Holy jeez.
That's...
Split shot using
switch
modifiers. Very strong level 25
So
talent.
they dueled Medusa with Blade Mail on, and Shadow Fiend used the 46 soul, I don't know, oh never mind, he did 36 soul Requiem. They attacked him, and he almost lost his mana.
Almost lost his...
He still had like...
They needed Lion there to...
And then he found
the mana drain. Much faster.
You know,
much faster. Puppy is in all likelihood dead as well, but mid one, oh boy. Alright, we have the song.
Oh, he's bottom. I'm coming, team.
They
He's
can
starting
still
to cross
do this.
now.
Ori doesn't have his ultimate, of course. We'll see if mid one can finish anybody off. Land, I'm getting quite low. Paparazzi not able to do damage because of that BKB, as mid one's going to destroy the OD. Able to save himself temporarily with the Astral. Puppy not timing the Howl correctly, but don't think that would have been a kill anyway. So, Secret just falling apart at the seams in this game.
Late
and this
game,
OD just looks almost impossible. I mean, your best case scenario is just Sniper is somehow, they forget he's on your team, the other team. He just sits there, auto-attacking for 15 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
How long has this Ag's been online?
Radiant structures
Get it?
are fortified.
He had it for a while. He's had it for like
So what is
3,
it,
4,
60-second cooldown now? Does it add? Okay.
Radiant's middle tower
Fenrir got killed in mid by Fata, trying to prevent Fata, I guess, from cutting the wave. I'm not sure. Or he was making his way down there for some reason. Well, he got picked off, so they got the tower only. No Rex here. I actually thought Vici were going to get a lane. They're going to get 2 tier by the looks of it. Nice little pick by some time.
Yep. Roshan is available to take, of course. Vici's lineup's not exactly
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
nothing compared to the Secret. In fact, they could potentially even steal Roche
Still,
real quick.
this Dusa can take Assault Cuirass and
This is
Master Madness.
100% needed back in Aegis G.
Yeah, they have to.
G.
I think Secret is one of the best teams. They're very good at sneak. Identifying
I
when
would
it's
say
possible.
any Eternal Envy.
They
They're
just do
also
it.
good
They
at-
just do it enough times that.
Play the numbers game, man. It's all good. You're saying percentile, percentage-wise, Secret's the best.
The reason I really like this
Vici.
this kind of play is that it shows the team understand what position. This is a clear desperation move. They know this game is falling apart, and if they give this Aegis away, they just lose. So they go for a risky play that could just lose them the game, but it's better than not trying this play and losing anything. I really like that they pulled.
At what point?
The first Roach they got as well this game was also pretty nice. They just barely got clipped on the way out by the Song.
Mirror finds him. Oh boy. Cold Feet, Song. Turn it off here in a second as the Cold Feet is applied.
He can actually blink.
Choice. Oh. He gets away. So anticlimactic there, but good for Secret fans.
Let's smoke game. Well,
great timing. So Halberd is on Fata. BKBs do they have to get the BKBs off beforehand, of course. So Medusa can be Halberded any, as long as there's not a Lincoln Sphere applied for him. Has he been doing that? I haven't been.
Oh, quick reaction from Bob.
Great, I'm glad I saw it. Thanks for hyping. Oh! Got it.
I love how many times you clicked your mouse.
Oh.
Oh, Chrono's up again in 50.
Yes,
That's the really nice thing about having Aggression Voice, that you know the risk is there. Like,
Exactly.
if he reacts fast, not the end of the
Dire are
40 seconds.
scanning.
timing window here for C, very minor. Even try to do anything?
Oh, ancient farming. So Cheese online, of course, and Sniper with the Aegis for another 3 minutes, it looks like.
Secret definitely want to use a...
Now, the question, do you save, like, at one point do you not save for buyback?
I think you don't save
always?
for buyback.
You just buy out whatever you...
Well, it
if it's a
depends.
full item.
Yeah. If Mid1 had the money for butter now, I think he should. If that's what he... Like, you're not... I don't think you're going to lose a fight with a Sniper and then buy back and then it's going to turn... But what turns the game is if you get a good jump, if you have the damage to actually... It's like Vici Gaming are pressing into Cheese Aegis. Very confident. Or it's arguably maybe a little bit of the opposite as well, that they want to be the one just so Secret don't. And then even if this is a trading fight where they lose a core or two and Secret loses an Aegis Cheese, then okay with that as long as they're fighting on Secret. Get over and get an objective. But
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
By the way, have you ever seen the 7 split shot target ever picked up?
I think I've seen it once.
Is it awful? I mean, in theory, it's great if you don't have a Scotty.
It's just tricky, right? Because you get that against elite heroes, right? But then you would rather have split shot, use his modifiers, and get a Mjolnir. So that still deals. It's hard to justify that.
Oh, Yaxor's going to jump in on Fenrir. See if they can take him out. Young 11's going to bail, so Fenrir looks to be the sacrifice. Oh, nice. See a Chronosphere to swap. One. That's 40 or that's 60 seconds with no Chronosphere right now. Young 11 trying to TP out, but there's Yapster with the cancel. Lincoln Sphere was applied, but it's not going to be enough to save his life. So that's a dead Void for 85 seconds. Does have buyback. They're going to find Fenrir and midway. All right. Well, he does some damage, I suppose. Another minute and a half on this Aegis. They really need to capitalize on this time window.
Yeah, they don't have good waves, though. They went for this play into their wards. They smoked in and looked for kills in their wards, but Vici Gaming is taking care of pushing out all lane, so they can't really get any structural damage. It's still nice to get a core kill, of course. And at this point, I think Secret would be happy to gain map. They will get the mid. See them taking any.
One. The level 25s for this guy. Oh yeah. Kind of a weird one. 125 attack range is that. Attack from Fountain, I guess. Beginning of Throne. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't take that.
95%. You can plaster. You can actually cover like a. I don't know. You know the area Monkey King's ult? Bigger AoE talent? You can cover like twice of that with 9.
So 3 screens worth. Wait, I'm trying to say. Oh, mid. Oh my god.
Okay. Oh, wait, so who piked who?
I'm not
so
sure.
Mid one. Wait.
Oh, there's one pike down here.
I thought they both piked each other.
Maybe.
But he couldn't attack with the Dusa.
Oh my god, there's 10 seconds left in the Aegis. They can time this. It's going to be a little bit difficult. We'll see. Mid one gets swapped up. Puppy taking a lot of damage. Here comes the Chronosphere onto 2. Aegis is now gone. Yeah, one of them is his teammates. Not exactly as planned. Ancient Apparition getting dueled. Not going to be enough to actually take him out quite yet. Dual damage finally goes the way of that LC, but the sniper is dead. Ace gets up a beautiful Requiem of Souls, but he's surrounded by enemies. Pops the cheese. BKB still activated, but this is just way too much damage to speak of. 2 for 1.
Oh, that was not a good, but it didn't matter. He chronoed the sniper, and then his 2 allies that were supposed to kill a sniper. He chronoed Medusa and OD. Basically, it just like bought time for them, but still worked out. Not the greatest chrono. Still showing.
This is if Lanham gets this. But,
oh, he has the break with Halberd here. No duel yet. 5 seconds.
The young 11 working towards the BKB for himself now. And Vici Gaming has arrived at the high ground. So Shadow Fiend with buyback in 40, Sniper, nothing. So this is going to be the mid-racks given up. Fortification
It's 2 lanes if they don't buy back Shadow Fiend. Oh, no. They have Chrono again.
How big of a concern is Shadow Fiend buying back with half the soul? That I mean, his Requiem is not going to be nearly as good.
It's not that big of a concern, but it's...
We have a chase mid lane, it looks
Wait,
like.
I feel like this is the same thing again. Why is AA... AA is being chased by Legion
You die
in the
for
middle
your
of the map.
cause. So they're going to give up 2 racks. Probably the correct play. And Vici Gaming...
Go for the range.
Looks like Fata's still playing around with Fender here. They're just playing their own game of Dotes over here.
This
And
is,
I mean, the longer this goes, like if people don't know, the Song of Siren with Ags heals percentage based. I believe, is it 70%?
Yes.
Right over those 7 seconds. So
10% of max health per second.
max health, yeah. So it's basically a jug ward on steroids.
They don't commit. They're very cautious. Free kill. She's not willing to give Secret any space, or any chance rather, to Moon Shard by Ori. He is actually maxed out at this point.
That's not true. He can get Boots of Travel too.
True that.
Replace any.
Might want to replace. I don't know if you want to replace. Still a really good item.
You can replace your boots for Aegis and cheese, and then refresher shard.
Definitely.
No, bro. Have you seen Double Gaze? She's twice as ugly. she's hideous. There's the. Oh, this is interesting. All right.
Yep.
Man, I love Axe heroes are the best, man. It's like every hero in the game.
So 8-second hard lockdown in which nobody deals damage to either target except.
But the problem
ones
is
in the duel.
Astral still applies.
Yep.
Song of Siren does nothing now, though. That's good because of the BKB. If you get the duel off, the Song of Siren is not going to stop you from hitting target.
Well, it sleeps the Legion, so they're just gonna stand there.
No, Legion is BKB'd.
That is correct.
You literally just said that. You started the conversation.
Huh? No,
I like how you have to process it because you just assume I'm wrong all the time.
So what I did say, what I said was that they only deal damage to each other but don't take damage from anyone else.
Okay.
But
he also gets the free BKB.
The Legion Ags has been through like 3 or 4 phases. There was one where they only took damage from each other, but both were still fully able to be locked down.
That's correct.
That's the old Ags and Legion.
So the only...
Now you also get BKB.
Yeah, so obviously Halberd would work before you use that, but the main counter is still going to be the Astral for that. To Astral your team.
And the song is... I mean, it's still useful, right? Because you can heal the guy who's being dueled.
That's true.
So
that's true.
He can, when he has the Ags, it has an effect. And you are also like sleeping the rest of the team. Uh-oh, speaking of sleep, we got ourselves a Shadow Fiend. They don't have detection on Nog. Oh, they have Dust.
All right, we're gonna have a big-ass Chronosphere. He took it.
Chrono.
Get wrecked, Cinderin, as Ace.
Look at what he used it for. He chronoed his whole team.
Hey, it's fine. It's all about style points, mental games going in.
That was actually worse. That was flat out objectively worse to have the good chrono.
All right, that's just a small sample size. That's 1 Chronosphere. Come on now.
Maybe he's going. Is there like some sort of stat with heroes chronoed, caught per chrono? He got 4
in our tournament. There is. Here comes the duel. There's the Astral again. It is 8 seconds of duel time though. Mid one, taking some damage from that Void. He's dealing a lot more though in the Hurricane Pike. Oh my God, Yapsor. Just destroying kids left and right. 2 for 1 right now. The swap keeping mid one alive a little bit longer, but he cannot look at that hideous snake any longer. Will fall to his grave. A 3 for 2 as Vici Gaming will go high ground again. Sniper will 100% have to buy back if they continue. But again, Seen this every single time. But how much does it matter when there's a wave up here?
Top. This time it's not going to do as much.
Sniper 25. Oh my god, he's so close to the 9 shrapnel charges.
Imagine if they stack.
I know a lot of people who think they stack in pubs. In case you're good, there's probably a good percentage of people watching now. That
you just put 9 shrapnel. How much damage would that be if
I mean,
stack? Probably like 500 a second.
Put it on top of Chronosphere, and
yeah.
everybody dies, no matter how.
Yeah, it's pretty good this game actually. Bo1 is going to chrono his whole team. And then shrapnel. That's true.
If only it's stacked though. So what's the next item for Void, you think? Let's say he has infinite gold right now. You go, is Refresher something you think about? You go for actual damage at this point, maybe?
Maybe an E-Blade, and then Chronos, and then he can save his allies in Chrono.
Alright, mid 1 Soling Roche for now, fought it with a double damage. Has 74 dual damage so far this game. I mean, he's
They're
definitely
actually getting it again. They're getting it again, man.
I mean, mid 1 hits like a truck, so can't be too surprised.
Yeah, just...
Yes, the Refresher Shard. Are we going to see double duel? Are we going to see 10 shrapnel charges, perhaps? Oh, it does it double? It actually refreshes it, right? That's. So it could be 18 shrapnel charges. It refreshes all of them, I think, right?
I don't know if it refreshes all
I'm pretty
of those.
sure
I
it
think
does. I'm pretty sure.
I like it on the Lion, though. Best hero they have for it. He has 2 Ags fingers now. Up, that's one of them. That was a creep wave.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, does he actually even have mana to cast? It's 900. He can't cast. But it's close.
Yeah, but he has this skill, so I think he.
Yeah,
It's not instant, but
it's
you know.
a bit hard fights now, right now, so use Mana.
Oh, look at this. What did he take, my friend?
Multi-Mana Drain?
Yes. Over 500 health. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but that's awesome. That's awesome.
Does it work against Nagilus now? Because I think it didn't.
If you don't target it, it'll prioritize heroes. It should work on illusions though now.
I seem to remember the old multi-Mana Drain talent from Lion on 25 not targeting illusion at all. That it only hits real heroes.
I don't think he's trying to counter the position 5 Naga right now.
I don't know.
I don't think. Could be wrong though. I've been wrong before many a time. Oh, Ori perhaps getting caught out. Fodder jumps in, not able to get the duel off though. Blade Mail is down. Ace looking for an opening, but this is pretty scary stuff for Secret. They need to play this picture perfect to be able to.
Scary stuff for both teams. You get this late into the game for 50 minutes. Refresher Shard, just.
Who has the Refresher Shard? Is it the Lion?
Right? It's like 10-second or 10k gold lead against Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard. If that's behind on gold makes they will actually offer favor.
Poor Shadow Fiend didn't even get the cheese from Snow.
Bottom needs to.
Yeah, then there's no counter other than the heal from the song
heal or the chrono, right? The chrono would still actually chrono the lead.
That's true. And his teammate, just to be able to say he did that.
That's a given. That's what I'm not even saying. That will definitely.
It's essentially a global chrono. Any other? Did he take? No, he took the 125 attack range. By the way, we're not going to be seeing shrapnels.
Trying to just outrange the Medusas.
Yep.
I think this is pretty rare, actually. Snipers choose. I kind of like it in this game because of what struggles he has. Now, preparing for late game.
60-second Arcane Orb Insta-Steal. Both of these seem really good. 15% spell life steal doesn't sound like that much, but with OD, considering he's essentially just right-clicking with magic damage, pure damage.
Yeah, also, if you get like half HP with OD and you use ulti, it will heal you.
Oh boy, the Chronosphere is going to hit 2 just on the edge. Looks like the Yapstor is going to find his way to the grave.
Biggest kill.
And that's the gem dropping to the deck. He buys back into the game. A swap from Puppy. He's not going to keep him alive much longer. That's 2 quick kills in favor of Vici. That's a double buyback as a result. Ace trying to get off the Reckoning of Souls onto 2. It's a pretty good one. In the meantime, we have a duel being applied to Ancient Apparition. That's going to be a freebie. As mid 1, he is getting absolutely demolished. No buyback for him. 120 seconds on the deck. Let's see the Song of Siren come into play. And Lanham is full HP as a result. And this is a dieback onto Puppy. So you have to think this is the beginning of the end for Secret in this group stage. Looks like they're going to be 3rd place. Group horse.
And that would mean they would be facing...
Most like, I mean, it's going to be Vici.
Depending...
It's going to be Vici. I cannot picture a world... No, I know. I cannot picture a world
you mean EP?
where... Oh, it's going to be the opposite group. Yeah. I keep forgetting. I made the rules and I forgot. I keep forgetting. So that just shows my age again.
Terrible rule.
Well, tier 3 tower down, and this is going to be mega creeps at the very least. Oh, okay.
So let's try to finish off on what we were actually saying.
Yeah.
Expectable for OG to pick Empire, which means Secret will be facing EG.
Most likely, yeah. That's a hype matchup. That is a hype matchup.
Radiant's bottom.
Mega creeps are officially there. Here comes the duel, and Fada is actually going to get this kill onto OD. That's a pretty big one, but did he buy back recently? I'm not sure. Haven't really kept track. Still has buyback, 98 seconds. We'll have to do so. But OD's just going to buy back, and they're going to try to finish this. Can't really blame Vici game for this. TP as close as he can. Tier 4 tower number 1 is down. Look at this double mana drain. Wonder what that tastes like. Chronosphere onto 1. And Medusa can't get in range because it's way too big. And Fata, this looks to be a dieback on its way. No duel for 15 seconds. Going to be close. Nope, he drops right in front of this fountain. 13 seconds for Sniper to come back in this game. Betty's wishing for that +6 shrapnel charges about now. Ace pops the BKB, trying to run back to the fountain, but the Shadow Blade off at the last moment. Second tier 4 tower is dead. Sniper. Oh, the Song of Siren. Yeah, they're just gonna finish it the old-fashioned way. Objective base gaming. Or he's dead. I don't think it matters though. Just hit those racks. That's a lot of damage being done though. Goodness gracious. Ori pops the ult, and eventually Vici Gaming will take this game in 54 minutes. You hated their draft. Everybody hated their draft, except for Trent. I know Trent liked it.
I thought it was too greedy. I didn't think it was going to work out this well for them, but they did the best laning that they could, and the laning went well. Like, they broke